I'm performing in a kilt first. So it's been a very short time that I've known Lakhiya, but when Soul Lab asked me to come share in their wonderful day, it was only a matter of seconds before I thought that I had to share the stage with Lakhiya. This event is about amazing, powerful women making amazing, powerful art, and I thought, as a idiot man, I need an amazing, powerful woman up here with me to stand a chance. So, Lakhiya very graciously agreed to do a little collaboration with me. So, this is from us to you today. We hope you enjoy it. Today, in front of all you beautiful people, we come seeking redefinition. It seems clear that our minds, having been fed on a diet of old paradigms, have grown sick with malnutrition.
So we come hungry to the microphone, seeking redefinition.
Starting with the past.
History.
Old definition.
Now.
A continuous systemic narrative of past events as relating to a particular people, country, period, or person, usually written as a chronological account.
New definition.
The first thing I learned when I joined the newspaper in college is that the #1 rule is to maintain objectivity.
To be a good journalist, you have to share the facts and remain neutral.
The most important thing I learned as a poet is that neutral doesn't exist. When closed fist hits face or bombs hit the marketplace, neutral is as far away as peace or silence, and there is a distinct violence to denying this.
Acting neutral when people are swept under the rug is anything but.
There is nothing neutral about journalism, and there's nothing neutral about history.
History is for the making.
For the writing.
Requires heart surgery of the masses and psychological excavations, a huge task, but who said we should stop trying? You have a choice. Take heed to Aesop's voice. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is even wasted. Small changes still change. A drop in a bucket soon will overflow.
Webster's calls it a continuous systemic narrative of past events, when really it is a narrative of past events that continually benefits the system.
There is no accident to the voices you hear, and no accident which ones have been silenced.
History has been written by the winners, leaving everyone at the margin searching to find their stories in textbooks where Columbus discovered America.
Well, where pilgrims sit down friendly with Native Americans and there's no mention of genocide.
Or where 2 planes hit 2 towers, giving politicians carte blanche to try and make the Middle East ours.
This is not my history.
Not my story. The only histories I'm interested in are counter-histories where the margin is the center and the center complains about being left out.
American history from the Native American's perspective.
From the immigrant's perspective.
From a woman's perspective.
From the perspective of a family displaced out of their homes in the name of gentrifying progress.
From the radical's perspective. From Audre Lorde.
The story of how many family members an Afghani boy watched died before he became a terrorist. The story of Nelson Mandela, who was a terrorist until apartheid fell and he was renamed a hero.
Like dust collects on your stereo, or behind it as you blast the latest tunes or sing the blues, either way small amounts of dust collects. After a while you will have hyperactive dust bunnies who move whenever the breeze develops. Soon you'll have a rabbit hole. Accidentally trip yourself down into its pit and experience the true potential of your existence. Like Alice and her friend the Hatter, envelop its madness. Your playing small does not serve the world. Actually, it hinders it. We all have a unique purpose. Making, writing, redefining history, redefine us.
There is nothing neutral about the history we read, so it's time to write a new history. Love.
Noun.
Verb.
A profoundly tender, passionate affection for another person. New definition.
Okay, this is stupid. But you know how everyone else's farts smell gross?
Where are you going with this?
But yours don't smell so bad? They might even be kind of good?
Sure, Bobby.
We were hanging out in our bedroom, and we both farted. And I couldn't tell whose fart I was smelling. That's love.
Love is the choice to live. It is both the entrance to and the preceding journey worth taking. Although a choice, it may appear like water in the Sahara, unexpected and rare, but never accompanied by the thought to pass the opportunity by. It's sustaining. It may come like the sunrise, expected, but whose beauty and breathtaking quality is not in the least diminished by its daily visits. Sometimes it may appear like shade on a hot summer's day. You know exactly where to find it.
That was better.
Love is that street lamp calling you home.
Home used to be 2 floors with an attic and brown shingles on the outside. Now it's 5'3" with brown eyes and likes to sleep in most mornings.
Love is
1. Salsa dancing in Echo Park. People don't actually emanate light, but she might have come the closest anyone ever has when I got a step right and she smiled at me. I could feel the brightness bouncing off my face.
Okay, I see you.
2. I kissed Yemaya last night. The womanly Orisha of the ocean adorns her hip meets my lips. Like a sailor who lost his mind and willfully abandoned ship, I have discovered beautifully that another world exists. Love is... Ooh.
Love is.
Bring it out, Bobby.
Love is. Oh, 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 oh.
That was better. Me.
Pronoun. The objective case of I used as a direct or indirect object.
New definition.
I am me, which is a counter history from I am exercises in my living room at the age of 7, facilitated by my conscious father. An African king, I realized who I was to be, and who I wouldn't tolerate becoming.
Every one of us white boys knew the lyrics to Digital Underground's Freaks of the Industry. Every one of us white Berkeley Jewish kids had listened to Tupac, All Eyes on Me. Button-up shirt untucked, A's hat cocked back, DJ playing slaps with parents and uncles in the back of the room. Come here, girl, and work it. That's right, we run this bar mitzvah circuit.
I am me. So keep your labels, preconceptions, and masturbatory strokes if you're such a huge egotistical views of what's normal to yourself. I am myself, which is different from your hegemonic definition of this self, which is different from the stereotyped lower-class African-American lesbian Aunt Jemima dolls you have sitting on your shelf.
Still, I wonder if Tupac had intended California Love to be played at the Cohen Bar Mitzvah. If Biggie knew that Hypnotize would get hella airtime at Hillel. But this is what we grew up on, what we know. Mayim dance at the synagogue, then put on Aliyah and dance slow.
So I tip my hat. An image of masculinity, but like, take back the night, I take back my right. I'm taking back the hat to reclaim a tribute to the confidence that I have in my femininity. Not a butch, tomboy, or a case of gender identity crisis, but a woman. So I tip my hat. As you continue to tip your prejudices and prejudgments, I am no longer a victim to injustice. Why? Because I said so. And yes, I said I said so. I'm redefining me. My very existence is a counter history. Greatness wasn't thrust upon me. Actually, life shat on me. So no, I've chosen to rewrite history, to redefine me. Daughter of an African king and queen, I am me. Even as I redefine me as separate from your stereotypes and expectations. My heart aches at the fact that my own family is included in this lineup. I'm a grown-up. But daddy's disagreements and resistance to listen to my lifestyle of creating counter-narratives, which he certainly had a hand in by saying, Lakhiya, I just want you to be who you are. Well, me too, Dad. I just wasn't aware that you would serve as a barrier to it all.
13-year-old boys getting high on hip-hop and the myth of manhood. In the mire of American madness, hip-hop was our complicated answer. As complicated as American history. I remember the Fugees viscerally. Hot summer afternoons, t-shirts stick to skin, turn cool evenings with friends from soccer. Smells like incense and dinner. I remember backyard basketball and soccer with the score filling the air. Bass booms, Wyclef beckons us to pick up microphones. Praz wears sunglasses at night, and Lauryn Hill spins lyrical webs over tracks, and I remember feeling home. And I remember Lauren saying that white people couldn't understand her music. We all understood the lyrics to the score. Or at least we thought we did. We didn't worry if it was appropriation, we just had to bob our heads. Okay, we worried if it was appropriation, and we just had to bob our heads. We weren't faking anything. Okay, we were faking everything. We were 13. praying for pussy and validation. In other words, pussy meant validation. We were young kids finding something in the music, and finding our hands on hips on dance floors at 8 p.m. in synagogue social halls felt like hallelujah, so we ran with it. We spun Dr. Dre dreidels that played the piano part to still DRE as they went around, got older and drank Manischewitz at house parties, and drove down MLK in our parents' Volvos. We shouted Shabbat Shalom and throw your hands up, laughing at ourselves as much as we could handle, which really wasn't all that much.
I am a counter-history. Thus, I am more than my identity. The magic of me, the fabric of me is in my rewriting. So toss me a pen and I'll stroke a new chapter of Lakhiya's legacy. Actually, keep your pen and conduct your own raging countercurrents to challenge the wind. Write and rewrite the world within, so go on.
Get the work in.
I am me. I am a counter-history. I am a counter-history.
We are counter-history. Thank you.